You have probably heard about the miraculous survival story of a California nurse who contracted coronavirus and shared pictures of himself to show just how the virus ravaged his body. These are before and after photos of Mike Schultz. The photo on the left, of course, was about a month before he got sick. He ended up losing at least 50 pounds after being on a ventilator for nearly 5 weeks. And Mike Schultz is joining us now. And Mike, you are looking healthier than your after picture. So that is some very good news. How are you feeling?
Considering everything I've been through, I actually feel pretty good. I have a lot more energy than couple weeks ago. I'm walking around outside a little bit and using the exercise bike, able to go up and downstairs. Still have to take breaks, and I get winded pretty easily. But I'm slowly. It is improving pretty much every day on that aspect.
And we know you're from Northern California. You were in Boston when you went into the hospital. Tell us how you felt, what your condition was that prompted you to say, I think I have coronavirus and I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah. Well, obviously I knew it was out there, and didn't know how serious it was at that time. But I flew to Boston on Friday for the weekend to see my partner, Josh. Was fine over the weekend. Then on Monday, I was supposed to fly back to San Francisco, and I started coming down with, a cough, and it was very persistent. It wasn't horrible. I was able to manage it with cough medicine. But then on Tuesday, I started spiking a fever of 103. It wasn't going down, and my breathing kept getting worse and worse. I was breathing like 50 times a minute, and it was just very hard to breathe in without. Felt like I had water in my lungs, and I couldn't take any deep breaths. And I knew then I should go to the ER, and that's what we did. Got rushed right in, and they took me right away.
And they took you right away, and then what happened?
They took my vitals. They did a COVID swab up my nose, and did X-rays of my lungs, and my oxygen level was really low. I think it was in the low 80s, and they put me on oxygen, and it still wasn't helping. And X-rays revealed that I had pneumonia in both lungs. The right side was worse, and that's pretty much the last time I saw Josh for 8 weeks because no visitors. And I heard the doctor kind of speaking to the nurse that I would probably have to be intubated. And that's when I kind of started getting scared, because as a nurse, I knew what that meant. I'd have to be sedated and taken to the ICU. And that's the last time I texted Josh that's what was going to happen. And that I actually texted that I was scared. So I don't honestly remember much after that. They started giving me medicine to calm down and to control my breathing.
So you were sedated and you were intubated and you were on a ventilator for 6 weeks. But when you woke up, you thought that you had only been really under for 1 week, and you also cried when you got to look at yourself. Tell us what it was like for you to come off of the ventilator and realize what you'd been through.
I wasn't so much sad for me, because I knew I was okay at the time. I was sad because of what everyone around my loved ones were going through, and that I couldn't see them. I was able to FaceTime with them. They had an iPad there I was just really sad because I missed everyone, and I had no idea how many people were pulling for me, and how concerned my family and Josh, and it was just a traumatic event. I mean, I honestly, it was scary, but with the support of everyone, that loved ones around me, it really helped me get through it and want to get better.
And Mike, you bring that up. You said this is a traumatic event. We've been talking to a lot of experts here in recent days who say don't discount, right, the trauma of what people are going through.
Yeah.
It's not like you get off the ventilator or you get out of the hospital and everything's hunky-dory, right? So tell us about kind of the long-term effect of this, but also maybe how this has kind of changed your perspective as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I went into a rehab hospital right from the ICU, and that's kind of where the hard work comes. It's like, that first few days, I couldn't even sit up on the edge of my bed without feeling like I was going to pass out. In 1 week, but with PT, physical therapy, in 1 week, I was able to walk around with no oxygen, like for a couple hundred feet. And that's pretty much when I snapped that after poster picture. That's 1 week after I've been able to move around. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot the second part of your question.
Oh no, just the sort of mental health aspect of this.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you get out of the hospital and everything's fine. You mentioned trauma,
Oh, yeah.
so I was wondering if you could kind of expand on that.
When I first woke up, I thought it was probably from the sedation drugs. I don't know. I just thought there were a lot of monsters in the room, and I was confused and agitated, and even after that, it was just I was very sad and depressed. I was honestly crying about everything, like my care, and I thought I was going to be on a vent for the rest of my life. I had no idea. It was very hard for me to communicate because I still had a trach in my neck, not allowing me to speak or eat. And my hands and arms were so weak I couldn't text or even write. So it was very frustrating and sad to communicate. And like even to today, I sometimes I think back about what happened, and it kind of makes me tear up, and about when I went through and what those loved ones around me went through, just worrying about me. It's going to take some time and probably a little bit of therapy or more to get back.
No, definitely. You guys have been through so much, Mike, you and your family and your partner. It's so good to see you feeling better. We know you still have a long road ahead of you, but we want to thank you for coming on and talking to us. A lot of people around the country, are very interested in your story, so thank you.
No, you're very welcome. I appreciate everyone's concern and kind words, and definitely let them know that it helps. It gave me a lot of positive outlooks when I was feeling down. So.
All right. Thanks, Mike. We really appreciate it. We'll see you later.
Hey, thank you.